Hello everyone. Welcome to CellBlock Chronicles. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share our content.
In the bustling city of Metroplex, where the neon lights cast a kaleidoscope glow on the streets, lived a 35-year-old man named Victor. Once an up-and-coming artist with dreams of making it big, Victor found himself swallowed by the relentless currents of life. The glamorous world of art slowly slipped away, leaving him drowning in a sea of debts and shattered dreams. Desperation pushed Victor to the edge, and he found himself entangled in the murky world of crime. Fueled by a sense of injustice and the belief that society had abandoned him, he became a cunning thief, specializing in art heists. His nimble fingers danced over canvases and sculptures, stealing not only for the thrill, but also as a form of rebellion against a world that had failed him. Victor operated in the shadows, leaving behind a series of thefts that baffled law enforcement. The small city was entranced by the mysterious thief who left behind enigmatic symbols at each crime scene, a calling card that became synonymous with his audacious escapades. The local media dubbed him the Shadow Maestro. However, the sweet taste of success was short-lived. Caught in the act, Victor found himself face-to-face with Detective Bennett. The chase had come to an end. The cat-and-mouse game that had enthralled the small city now reached its climax in the hallowed halls of art. As the handcuffs clicked around Victor's wrists, he couldn't help but feel a strange mixture of regret and relief. The shadows that had provided him cover now seemed to close in, revealing the broken man beneath the guise of the Shadow Maestro. His trial was short and quick. The judge, a stern figure presiding over the proceedings, delivered the sentence with a sense of finality. Victor Hartfelt, you are hereby sentenced to 10 years of incarceration in Stonegate Penitentiary for the crimes of grand theft and art heists, echoed through the courtroom. As the prison gates closed behind him, Victor couldn't escape the haunting shadows that trailed him. The artist-turned-thief was now captive to a different canvas, one painted with the harsh strokes of incarceration. The echoes of his heists lingered in the cold, unforgiving walls, a reminder of the choices that led him down a path where dreams shattered like glass. Victor's first step was to observe the daily routines of the prison staff and inmates. He became a master at navigating the complex social dynamics within the prison walls, cultivating alliances that would prove essential to his escape. Over time, he earned the trust of a few fellow inmates who shared his disdain for the justice system. The weeks turned into months, and months into 2 years. One fateful day, as Victor puts it, he noticed a flaw in the security system, an aging camera near the maintenance corridor that often malfunctioned. It became the linchpin of his escape plan, and he started his carefully crafted escape heist. Stonegate was a small penitentiary in a small town where he grew up in. He knew once he got out, he could find a way to get out of the town without a glitch. The prison workshop became Victor's sanctuary, a place where he honed his skills and gathered materials for his audacious plan. He used his connections to ensure that his activities in the workshop went unnoticed by the guards. Slowly, he fashioned a makeshift key that would unlock the maintenance door, his gateway to freedom. The night chosen for the escape was meticulously planned. The prison walls trembled as thunder rumbled in the distance, announcing the arrival of a fierce storm that would change Victor Hartfelt's fate forever. Rain cascaded down in sheets, turning the prison yard into a muddy quagmire. Lightning illuminated the night sky, casting eerie shadows on the desolated landscape. Victor had been meticulously planning his escape for months, but the storm presented an unforeseen perfect opportunity for him. The prison guards were preoccupied with securing the facility against the elements, and the chaos of the storm provided the perfect cover for his daring escape. As the wind howled and the rain intensified, Victor seized the moment. He waited for the power outage, a common occurrence during storms in his town, and made his way to the prison workshop. The malfunctioning camera near the maintenance corridor blinked out, temporarily blinded by the fury of the storm. It was the window of opportunity Victor needed. In the dim light of flickering emergency bulbs, Victor used the makeshift key he had crafted in the secrecy of his cell to unlock the maintenance door. The sound of his movements was swallowed by the cacophony of rain and thunder. The storm had become his ally, muffling any noise that might have alerted the guards to his escape. With each step, Victor navigated the darkened corridors, guided by the occasional flashes of lightning. He made his way to the maintenance corridor, heart pounding in his chest. The malfunctioning camera played its part, capturing only intermittent glimpses of his shadowy figure. With the makeshift key in hand, Victor opened the maintenance door and slipped into the labyrinthine network of sewage tunnels beneath Stonegate. The stench was overpowering, but he pressed on, the rushing water echoing the urgency of his escape. The storm, now in full fury, concealed his movements as he emerged beyond the prison walls, guided by a determination that eclipsed any discomfort. The tunnels led him beyond the prison walls, and as the rain pounded above him, he emerged into the freedom he had long been denied. As Victor trudged through the mud-soaked fields surrounding Stonegate, a distant roar caught his attention. He turned to see a colossal funnel forming in the sky, the birth of a tornado. Panic set in among the prison staff as they scrambled to secure the facility against the impending disaster. The chaos that ensued allowed Victor to slip away, blending into the confusion as the tornado approached. The guards were preoccupied with evacuating inmates to safety, their attention diverted from the fugitive who had seized the opportune moment offered by the storm. Victor's escape was not without its challenges. The treacherous terrain and harsh weather tested his resolve, but he pushed forward, fueled by the burning desire for justice. He covered his tracks, leaving false leads for any pursuers, and eventually found refuge in the dense forests that surrounded Crestwood. As dawn broke on the horizon, Victor Hartfelt, now a fugitive, sought refuge in the dense forests surrounding Crestwood. The taste of freedom was sweet, but the journey ahead was fraught with uncertainty. Little did he know that the shadows of his past would linger for 2 decades, casting their long reach over his life until the relentless pursuit of justice caught up with him once more. The storm had passed, leaving behind a muddy landscape that helped conceal his tracks. He relied on his survival skills, honed during his time on the run, to navigate the wilderness and stay hidden from both the authorities and the curious eyes of the local population. He managed to get a change of clothes and hitch a ride with a trucker that was passing through the town while getting away from the storm. Understanding the need for a new identity, Victor adopted a series of aliases as he traversed the country. He secured low-profile jobs that required minimal documentation, working in small towns and rural areas where questions about one's past were seldom asked. He was a fisherman, a handyman, and even a short stint as a bartender. The skills he had acquired in the prison workshop proved invaluable as he adapted to different trades, always careful not to draw attention to himself. He became a fixture in the community, earning the trust of his neighbors. But every friendly smile from a passing acquaintance, every shared laugh at the local pub, held a hidden layer of complexity for Victor. He never forgot the life he left behind, the life he could lose with one misstep. 18 years went by. Victor became a chameleon, blending seamlessly into the fabric of the communities he entered. He changed his appearance regularly, altering hairstyles, growing or shaving facial hair, and using colored contact lenses to obscure his distinctive features. He became adept at reading people, sensing danger, and avoiding situations that might expose his true identity. Throughout his clandestine journey, Victor developed a network of contacts, individuals who, like him, lived on the fringes of society. These were people who asked no questions and harbored no judgments. They provided him with safe havens, information, and the occasional assistance needed to stay one step ahead of the law. He eventually settled in a small and remote town far north from his hometown. And love found its way into Victor's life during this period. In a coastal town named Harborview, he met a woman named Karen. She knew nothing of his troubled past, and they built a life together for years, sharing joys and facing challenges like any other couple. Victor reveled in the normalcy that had eluded him for so long, but the ever-present fear of discovery cast a shadow over his happiness. The advent of technology posed a constant threat to Victor's anonymity. As facial recognition systems and advanced forensic techniques evolved, he became acutely aware of the need to stay ahead of the curve. He avoided areas with extensive surveillance, regularly changed his digital footprint, and remained vigilant against any technological advancements that might compromise his hidden life. However, the critical moment that led to Victor letting his guard down came unexpectedly. Karen, his partner in love and secrecy, had stumbled upon the hidden truth in the local library, the old newspaper article about a fugitive from a small town that was never found. Coupled with her own observations of Victor's careful behaviors, became the catalyst for a revelation that sent shockwaves through her world. One evening, unable to contain her growing suspicions, Karen confronted Victor with the evidence. The air in their home, once filled with shared laughter and warmth, turned heavy with unspoken tension. Victor, caught off guard by the sudden revelation, found himself at a crossroads. The choice between maintaining the facade and revealing his painful truth hung in the balance. Faced with Karen's tearful gaze and the undeniable weight of his past, Victor hesitated. For the first time in 2 decades, the carefully constructed walls around his emotions crumbled. He decided to put his trust in the love he had for her, and admitted to his escape, the stormy night, and the life he had left behind in Stonegate Penitentiary. In that vulnerable moment, he exposed the scars that time had failed to heal. Karen, torn between love and betrayal, grappled with the revelation for weeks. In her struggle to come to terms with the truth, she made an anonymous call to the authorities, disclosing Victor's location. The storm that had shaped his escape now became the harbinger of his capture. As Victor and Karen were having breakfast that chilly morning, the distant wail of sirens pierced the air. Detective Hayes, armed with the certainty that had eluded him for 2 decades, closed in on Harborview. The web of fate tightened, entangling Victor in the consequences of a past he had long sought to escape. Victor, at 61 years old, was now going back to prison, where he's still serving his sentence to this date.
Thank you for watching. Check out our channel for more CellBlock tales.